Hopefully, y'all can hear me well, and hope this video find you well. I am the Sophisticated Black Strong channel. I am Sophisticated Black Strong. It is what it is, and the name is what it says. So, one of the reasons why I feel like I needed to go on and go live about this whole situation, because I sit back and I see it all the time online, on the news, different sources that I see, the type of situations that's transpired with this young man, FOOLIO. I watched his videos, the Dead Ops video, and who I smoked, and listened to what he was saying, and it just brought me to my core beliefs, knowing that the devil is real. We are more than just flesh and blood at the end of the day. We are spirits, and there are spirits that exist that have a huge bearing on, the way that we think, the way that we do things, and, our perceptions and stuff, evil versus good type stuff. I'm not here to preach. I'm just here to give a message because of me being a black man myself. And I just feel like it's necessary that I go ahead and do my part in order to put what has happened to this young man in perspective. So, it has been said and identified that FOOLIO was shot, and he's no longer with us anymore. As of, I guess, this morning around 4 something. And it just brought me back to thinking about all of his videos and things that he was saying, and stuff that people were saying about him online, saying that he, a major, killer, and, stuff like that or whatever, and his music gives definition as to that being the truth as well. So, hypothetically speaking, because I didn't know the young man, obviously, but hypothetically speaking, if it was true, and in light of what has happened to him, it just goes back to my core beliefs. What God's word says, as you sow, so shall you reap. And I really hate and despise the fact that this didn't happen to him. But see, one thing this should prove positive, that God's word don't lie. God's word does not lie. And to anybody that may watch this video, any young black men or whatever, I want you to really take heed of what you're going to hear. I know this ain't a popular message. My channel ain't even a popular channel. But this message is something that needs to be taken serious, because we don't have enough people, that care enough to even take the time to even articulate the realness of what has taken place and why it took place. This street lifestyle, this street mentality has killed so many young black men that it's like it don't even make sense as to how it continues to perpetuate itself. Like, how does this continue to happen when there's so many examples of young black men getting shot, and murdered and things like that for the same reasons, which is the platform of it all is the street mentality. Why would young black men keep lining themselves up to be a victim of the streets, per se? See, they call it the streets, but the streets ain't nothing but a paved road telling you where to go, or guiding you to a particular place. So you can't really blame it on the so-called streets. What you gotta blame it on is the mentality of the person that find themselves either the victim or the actual person that's doing the killing. They just, sum it up as the streets or whatever, because that's just what they chose to do. But in reality, it ain't got nothing to do with the so-called streets. These are young men who have made the decision to get a gun and go kill another black man for whatever reason they feel like is necessary, over things that could really totally be prevented. It's not even making sense anymore. It never have made sense. So I just wanted to take time for anybody that has been aware of what has taken place with Julio Foolio and aware of the videos and stuff that he's made and the things that he's said and his past history, in these so-called streets. I like to ask, what is it that's causing or what is it that's motivating, you young black men to continue to line yourself up to be killed? Why don't you love yourself enough not to do that? I want you to understand something this morning, if you're listening to me. Hell is a real place. And if you done things like Julio Foolio claimed to done, and somebody kill you, you are not gonna make it to heaven. You gotta think about the life that you're living up on this earth, because when you close your eyes for the last time, there is no coming back from that. Ain't no correction. Ain't none of that. Now it's time to meet all the things that you have sown upon this earth. Now it's time for you to own up to. You no longer have any control after you close your eyes and your breath and you no longer breathing. The choices are gone. You gave up your choice. You gave it up. You sold out. You made a choice. And the choice that you made led you to where now you have no more choices. It's like gambling. When you put your money in that machine or whatever, this says your last $20. You put your money in that machine, and I mean, you may hit, but 9 times out of 10, you're gonna end up losing. You're gonna have some wins and stuff like that, but eventually, you're gonna go to zero. That's the life and the lifestyle of these so-called streets and the street mentality. You gambling with your life. You only got one life. You only got one. Your mama and daddy did not bring you up into this world for you to kill or be killed. Hopefully you guys, and most of us was made by our mothers and fathers because of the love that they had for each other, and we are a product of that. When they chose to consummate and they chose to make us or whatever, they you was a baby, was raised and bottle fed and pampers changed and all that stuff. All of that effort that your parents had to put in to bring you to the place of where you're able to make your own decisions in life. Why would that be the way that you repay all the work and effort that your mom and dad had to put in to get you where you at, to get you to adulthood? Why would you want to disrespect them like that? I don't know who's hearing me this morning, but I just want to make sure that you get it if you are listening. Think about that. Before you kill, before you pick up a gun, before, you choose to be talking about other people that's dead, before you get on these cameras with these guns and stuff like that, talking about how bad you are, and your money and your jewelry and all this other stuff like that. Like, you ain't doing nothing but following a pattern of destruction doing that. Ain't nothing good gonna come out of that. I don't know if it's motivated by you thinking that the young black ladies, the young black girls like that or something like that or whatever. But why would you want to attract a woman that's like that in the first place? She crazy if she thinking that type of stuff is cute. Because really, to me, for what I know in my time, young women that's attracted to guys like that or whatever, all them little girls that's always been stuck up in the house. But young women that done grew up and know better, they already knowing what the end result gonna be. They was like, so no, I don't want to be with no man like that because I already know what's gonna end up happening in the end. He either gonna die or he gonna end up going to jail. You get the young lady pregnant or something like that. You done left your child out here with no daddy. It's too much of that been going on. Enough is enough. When are you young black men are gonna say, you know what, enough is enough? This is just a video. I'm just one man, but I care and love my people enough to be able to actually articulate some idea or give you some type of source to stop for a second, just think about your decision making. So now with Julio Foolio, he's dead, and now his parents, you know, his mama gonna have to bury him. Come up, you know, I don't know what their financial situation is, but you know, the money and stuff, they're gonna have to come up with money to get him buried, and you know, the investigation's gonna have to get done. Somebody gonna end up, you know, probably, you know, going to jail for the murder, or you know, somebody that you know call themselves his partners or whatever gonna try to go and do something to the people that did it, or you know, it's just a revolving door. Like, who's gonna stop it? Who's gonna say, you know what, this is gonna be the last person that gonna find themselves a victim of their own investment in as far as negative investments, you know, mentally, verbally, the way that they talk and stuff like that. Like, you gotta stop. At some point, it gotta stop. How many of y'all that may watch this video that knew Julio Foolio or didn't like him or whatever gonna get online, and y'all probably gonna see it, get online talking about, you know, yeah, you dead now and this and the other, whatever the case is. Do you know the devil just keep latching itself onto other people? Like, instead of y'all doing that, just say rest in peace and let the brother go and be at peace. Don't latch yourself to his death. Don't do it. Don't embrace that energy that caused him to die, because you could be a victim yourself. We are nothing but flesh and blood at the end of the day. And if that bullet hit you in the right place, you done. Your breath is gone. You can't. You no longer gonna be with the living. You gone. You done. My mama on here. What's going on, mama? I just, you know, my mama is on here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I dare would want to have my mama bury me because of me and my poor decision making, trying to perpetuate a lifestyle that ain't gonna do nothing but cause your own death. And then my mama got to sit up there in front of the people and, oh, you know, or even a preacher or whoever, oh, he was such a good person and this, that, and the other, whatever. But how can they be honest representatives of my character, knowing that, like Julio Foolio, he got videos talking about other people getting killed and people that he done shot and stuff like that? How? That you shaming your own parents when they have to do that. Your friends and stuff, they call themselves your friends, they gonna show up crying over you and this, that, and the other, but ain't nobody gonna be honest enough to say, you know what, he should have done what he did. And if that person was truly your friend, you know, the guys that was around Julio Foolio, if those was truly his friends and they really cared about him, why would they allow him to continue to crash out and have a mannerism that caused him to death, to him to attract death? He literally attracted death to him by making the decisions that he was making, by the message that he was putting out. God's word say you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I mean, if you look at Julio Foolio just alone and go look at what God's word saying in reference to things like this, his death, you gonna see the truth in it all. You got so many people that try to discredit God's word, but I promise you, it's life in it. It'll keep you alive. It'll keep you humble. It'll keep you accountable. It's a source, you know what I'm saying, for you to be able to have a correct mindset and develop your spirit to where you can, like, discern your decision making instead of you just thinking through your flesh. See, that's what the problem is with a lot of us as black men. You know, a lot of them, they always talking about, you know, man's supposed to be this and man's supposed to be that. But you got more men that's operating more emotionally than women do. You know, no disrespect to nobody, but you got a lot of them that's acting more emotional than women are. And their decision making is evident, because why would you put so much emotion and anger and things like that, you know, carrying guns and stuff? That's an emotional response to, actually, to me, to fear. You scared. You're trying to act tough, but really you scared, because if you wasn't, then why is it that you feel like you got to try to put fear in somebody else? All you're trying to do, or those that do that type of stuff, is trying to pump fear in other people that may see them and say, so I guess when they come around, they're supposed to fear them. No, that's not conducing fear over the ones that should be, that you call yourself trying to scare. What you're doing is you are showing how scared you are, how afraid you are. A lot of people, a lot of these young black men are going to war like against like nothing. There is no substance to the reasoning for them carrying these guns, getting on videos and stuff. It's all an image, and they really putting themselves in a place to become a target for no reason, when you don't even have to do that. Ain't nobody told you you had to grab your camera, your camera phone, or video camera, stuff like that, and get online or on social media or whatever, showing your guns and, you know, talking about, you know, what you're gonna do, and, you know, we'll kill you and this, that. Like, ain't nobody told you had to do that. That's a choice that they making to do that. Any young black man that's watching this, if you about their life, you know you choosing to do that. Ain't nobody making you do that. Ain't no young girl making you do that. You know, ain't your mama, your daddies, nobody. That's just what has become popular in black culture, in black men, this gangster mentality, if that's what you call it. To me, it's just the devil. Because see, really back in the day, real gangsters didn't move like that. Back in the day, gangsters didn't have no social media. They ain't have none of that type of stuff to be getting online, you know, talking about, you know, who they gonna get, and, you know, talking about it in music and stuff like that. They didn't have that. If it was gonna go down, it was just gonna go down. You wouldn't even, only time you would hear about it is in the news, or if you was connected to somebody that was, you know, in that social gathering, you know what I'm saying, with the people that was either doing it or gonna get done by it. You know, they got a problem with such and such and this and that and other, and then they see them, you know, it go down, you know, type stuff. I don't even, you know, like that, you know, with that mentality still. It's still wrong, you know, but now it done went from it being so-called in the streets to it going online. Y'all even helping the police and stuff find out who did it and everything. Like, ain't no, like, come on, what value do it have? So now FOOLIO dead, and whoever killed him, now they pretty much is on edge this morning. Gotta be. They call themselves celebrating and stuff like that, but in reality, especially if they get by themselves, if they don't get caught or they haven't got caught, when they get ready to lay their head down or whatever the case is, they're not comfortable. They done made a bed for themselves that they gonna have to lay in. Either the law gonna catch them or the streets gonna catch them. Somebody that cared about the boy, you know, loved him or whatever, if that's what you call love. So what good is it at the end of the day? Who gonna win from that? Nobody wins. FOOLIO parents done lost somebody, and the person that killed him, you know what I'm saying, that his parents done lost somebody. You got to think about your family sometimes when it comes to the decisions that you make. If you got children, think about your children before you make certain decisions. Think. Use your head. Like, that's what God's word to do for you. It'll give you wisdom. It'll give you discernment to make certain type of decisions that say, you know what, I should do this or I shouldn't do this. You start weighing, you know what I'm saying, the pros and the cons of the decisions that you're about to make. You ain't just gonna jump out there and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, whatever the case is, and then you go do it and boom. Now you having to deal with your actions before you even like had a chance to even think about it before you did it. And it should be an easy decision not to. Y'all done seen you young black men, and just the world alone have seen too many times on a regular basis of those type of decisions being made and the end result of it all. Who gonna win? Who winning? Ain't nobody winning. It's sad. And I mean, I know goodness well my one voice ain't gonna make a difference, but if it does, it might be that one young man that see this and say, you know what, you right, man. Let me sit down somewhere. I got kids. I want to have a life. I don't want to be, living, in a way to where I'm having to carry guns and got people after me and this, that, and the other, whatever. That's a choice you're making. Some people say, well, that's the way I was brought up in the street, where I live and stuff like that. Well, get out of there. I used to live in Little Rock, Arkansas. It went down in Little Rock, still going down. And I really feel like if I had never left Little Rock, I probably wouldn't be here today. I had to get up out of there because I already knew what was happening. I felt death on me. And I know what it feels like too. And it don't feel good. You're nervous. You feel like you got to look over your shoulder and you're trying to have this facade like, everything is okay, when really inside you scared. Who wants to die like that? See, I've been shot before, and it didn't feel good at all, not the least bit. And I wasn't even in the streets like that, and I got shot. If I did, I'd be sitting up here lying to y'all if I didn't tell you that made me stop and think about some stuff. Regardless of me not even living that lifestyle or not, it just made me sit down for a second and start contemplating on my character, my decision making, the way that I carry myself. Even though that none of that was a reason why it happened to me, it just made me start to stop and think. I don't want to die like that. I thank God I made it. I was shot at 5 times and hit 3, close range. And you know what? The police never even caught the person that did it to me. Never caught him. See, every time people get shot or something happen to them, you don't always get justice from the system, because they not even investigating me getting shot. They can care less. Oh, I made it, on to the next. They don't care. And when you die, you get killed. The young black men, you get shot and killed. All you gonna be is a memory, because they gonna come to your funeral, they gonna cry, they gonna say this, say that, and then after that, these people gonna go ahead and be moving on with their life. Life goes on after you gone. You dying is not gonna change anything other than for yourself. That's the only thing that's gonna get changed is your existence. But for other people, their life gonna go on. Now, those that love you and care about you or whatever, yeah, it's gonna hurt them, and they gonna probably remember you and stuff like that. But see, you just think if you hadn't made that decision that attracted death to you, or that caused you to find the death to find you, you could still be here amongst the living, or these people or whatever, they could still be amongst the living, living their life. Now, mind you, I know stuff happened. It's been innocent people that get shot and killed. It was a situation that happened in Round Rock, Texas, not too long ago, where people, a couple of people got killed, and like they didn't ask for that. They were innocent. They were just at a concert, and they ended up getting shot and killed by some idiots that chose to go in there and spraying up the place for whatever reason. That ain't nothing but the devil. If somebody had told him, saying, young man, you ain't got to do that. Love yourself and love people enough to not do that. Before he picked up that gun, before he chose to kill, he needed to hear a message like this. But see, he allowed the devil to get into his head and in his ear. That's what he chose. And when he chose that, He allowed himself to be a puppet for the devil. And now look, they caught the person that did it too. Look, little young nappy head. Another black man, another young black male. For what? Now where was his mom at? Where his dad at? Who his people? He done literally disgraced his own family by doing that. Even though he is his own representative as an individual, but his decisions are attached to his lineage, like his family members, like people that know him and know his family. You know, that's gonna always be stuck with them. That her seed, his mama, and her seed, it killed all these people. Like something that she brought into this earth from a place of love, you know, supposedly. Why would you want to disgrace your own family like that? Why? Why would you want to do that? I wouldn't dare want to shame my mama like that. If you don't have no other reason not to do that, think about your mama. Think about you know, your other family members, your sister, your cousins, and things like that or whatever. You know, ain't nothing wrong with. To me, it ain't really nothing wrong with being so-called gangster or whatever, but it's the mannerism and what come with it as far as like the choices that's being made, you know, saying from, you know, doing that type of stuff. The killing part. Ain't nothing wrong with, you know, being part of your gang and hanging out with your people and stuff like that. To me, that's a good thing. But it's when you start killing folks and stuff like that and fighting and doing all this other stuff to hurt people, that's where that's too much. That's too much. So, what good is going to come out of doing that? Ain't no good going to come out of it. It might sound basic, what I'm saying, but it's real. It's like, look at what's happening. Some of y'all that's watching this, whatever, how many of your family members, you got a cousin, a brother, or somebody, whatever, that you loved and then lost their life, you know, due to the very same, you know, things that we're talking about right now? How many? How many of y'all? How many of y'all done had to bury your brother, you know, bury somebody that you love behind gun violence? We need to start spreading this message on a regular basis to these young men to let them know, like, look, y'all, we're tired of going to funerals. We're tired of, you know, making the t-shirt man rich by putting y'all faces on t-shirts and stuff like that. We're tired. Enough is enough. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of hearing about it. So, to me, if I feel like that, the question has to be asked, okay, so what you gonna do, Fade? What you gonna do? You saying you don't like this, you saying you don't like that, so what you gonna do? I'm doing exactly what the only option that I truly really have is just to address it the way that I'm addressing it. Trying my best to just shed light on the idea of how bad this stuff is. When really I don't have to. I don't have to you know, give no light about what's going on, because we see it every day. We see it every day. Hold on, y'all. Hey, brother, I wanted to go run to Walmart. I need about like 10 minutes. It's okay if I sit right here? No, I'm just talking about, are you getting ready to leave in the time? Okay, I just need 10 minutes and I'll be out the way. Okay, thank you, bro. Okay. So, yeah. But y'all, look, I just wanted to put this out here because y'all go look up this dude, Julio FOOLIO. I wouldn't dare want to, you know, shed light on this young man, you know, trying to make him famous or whatever, which he can't get famous off me. He already famous. This boy got 7 million views on videos and stuff like that. He'll talk about some dead ops and stuff like that or whatever. He already famous. He already famous. And he made himself famous by hurting other people or talking about hurting other people. He chose to do that. He didn't have to do that, but he chose to. They'll blame it on, you know, where they from and stuff like that, but To me, if where I'm so-called from is gonna cause me to die, and I can stop me from dying because of where I'm from, I'ma leave. Simple as that. Why would you want to stay somewhere that you're gonna end up getting killed because of the idea of you being down and you know where you from or whatever the case is? Why would you want to die for that? Like, really just think. Anybody, I know probably most people that watch this, their sensibilities don't have no idea. Y'all wouldn't dare probably even do that type of stuff. I know the type of people that my channel attract. Y'all already know this stuff. But I'm trying to get this message out to young black men that have that in them or trying to live or perpetuate that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? What is going to make them stop? Who going to care enough to say, hey, come on, bro. Don't do that. Stop while you ahead. Ain't nobody going to judge you. Ain't nobody going to judge you. If anything, I would want to celebrate a young man, you know what I'm saying, and saying, okay, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. And see, I'm going to tell you what's so sick too. Say, they, you know, some of these young men part of these so-called gangs and stuff like that, and they want to get up out of it. The people that been kicking it and hanging it with gonna want to hurt them because they want to separate themselves from that. How much love do these folk got for you when they'll want to hurt you because you want to separate yourself from that negative mess? That's what love is. Think about a man that's with a woman and she's saying she want to get out of this relationship because she hurting, whatever the case is. She want to get out of it because she whatever. And then he want to kill her. But the whole time he talking about how much he love and stuff like that. That ain't love. That's a lie. That's a dictatorship. That's manipulation. That's what these so-called streets is doing. It's manipulation. The idea of them loving and caring for each other and stuff, if they really love it, it's like, okay, so I'm gonna tell you what real love and care is. Like, say, your parents and stuff like that. I use the idea of parents because you probably ain't gonna have no greater love than those that brought you into this earth. Because right, wrong, and indifferent, 9 times out of 10, your parents gonna be there for you. You know, if they able to. So what does that look like? You know, your parents love you. Just imagine your parents, you know, you say, you know, you want to change your life or whatever, and they be like, want to hurt you or whatever because you want to do better for yourself. Well, that ain't real love. If these folks, to me, if these people can't love you better or like the people your parents do, they don't care nothing about you. They call themselves, this my dog, this my brother, this my family. But if you want to do better, they gonna want to hurt you. How is that love? How is that love, like I say, for a man to want to hurt a woman because she tired of getting hurt? She not getting what she needs. She not happy. So she want to leave. That happened a lot as well. These young black men killing these women. Young black women. Because they don't want to be with them no more. I done seen so many different stories just this year alone. From that same idea. They want to kill them because they don't want to be with them no more. Now, and they don't look good to see a young woman in the casket because some dude that call himself loving her, you know, done killed her because she want to leave. She got kids and stuff like that. How can you say you really love that woman, you know what I'm saying, and you gonna kill her? She got kids. And some of these dudes got kids with the girl that they killed. What kind of sense does that make? this killing stuff in black culture got to stop. It just got to stop. Because they don't really have no basis, no real reasoning. It's all from an emotional response to really separation. Somebody want to separate themselves from you. Somebody not doing something that they want you, they want you to do. You choosing to do something different. God himself don't even kill us for wanting to do things ourselves the way we want to do it. God don't even do that to us. He give us free will. He even let people serve the devil. But see, that's the thing. That relationship that's been established, saying with Satan and the Antichrist or whatever, when you start doing his will, it's always lead to death. That's why I say, you literally gambling when you playing with the devil. But it's a show shot when you give your life to the Lord. There are no losers. The Bible says to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. And that's if you truly believe in him. If you truly have, got the Lord in your heart. Now, we all fall short as sinners. We all gonna fall short. But my thing is, and we ain't just say my thing, but in God's word, it say there's a way that seemeth right to a man, but the end is death. Like the devil wants you to subject yourself to your flesh. And you making decisions from your flesh, not making, decisions based on like discernment, wisdom, God's word, the standards and stuff that it speak of. It's gonna lead to death. Playing with the devil. Because God wanna lead you in the spirit. The devil wanna lead you from your head and your flesh. If it even feels different when you start to understand that. It feels different. God wants you to make it. He wants you to make it. He don't want you to die, not in sin. We all gonna die, but why you gotta die in sin? You don't have to. That's a choice. You do not have to die like that. So don't let the devil play you like that. I gotta get my wallet. Yeah, I gotta run to Walmart right quick, y'all. But yeah, I just had to stop and say something about this whole situation. Because I just don't hear nobody talking about this like I do. I ain't trying to get no bunch of views and stuff. If I do, so be it. But really what I want to be viewed is the message, not me. It ain't about me. It's the message. That's what I care about. You actually retaining understanding as far as like what this is all about. Am I going to the Walmart? Yeah. So, but I hope y'all got something from this. It's just something that needs to be taken serious. Something that they need to start thinking about a little bit more. Just for the sake of life. It's time to live. It's just time to live. And you can.
Thank you, sir.
All right, no problem, man. So, all right, y'all. Look, I'm gonna get off of here. I hope that this message hit where it needed to hit. And some of y'all, if y'all have young brothers, in your life or in your family and stuff that that's going down the wrong path, stop celebrating them being the way that they are. Love them enough to say something to them. Do it today, because tomorrow could be the last time that they're here. Talk to them. Let them, show them this video. Just do something. Don't just sit back and just, celebrate them being the way they are when they come around and, they got their pants sagging and, on that rah-rah. Don't celebrate them doing that. Don't even celebrate it. Look at them upside their head like you would somebody like that you don't know. Just say, and I hate to use this, but like a crackhead or something, Look at them upside their head like that, because it's like that lifestyle is so toxic. It's about as toxic as it is You know what I'm saying? The lifestyle that a crackhead live. All that's in the same boat because it's like it's the devil. He wants you to die. And when you're able to influence them to release their release their dependency on the idea of them doing certain stuff, like just to get to them like this, to say, hey, you just put a thought in their head. Because see, that's all I want to do. I just want to put a thought in your mind. Whoever may be listening to this, that's all I want to do, is just put a thought in your head. I know I don't have all the answers. I don't know what be going on with people all the time, but excuse me. But to me, I just feel like, just if I say something, just try to say something, just put something on their mind to think about. It might help. It might just help. So anyway, I done got what I need. I don't need to get one thing up out of Walmart, and I'm going to get back on my journey. But God bless y'all. I appreciate y'all time, listening to this, because it's so real. Rest in peace to the young man, Julio Foolio. I hate that he made the choices that he made, but my common understanding as far as God's word is that boy going to hell because of what he did, what he was doing up on this earth. I ain't the one to send nobody to heaven or hell, but if God's word be true, I hate to say it, but it's just honest to God truth. So God bless y'all. Don't let it be you. Don't let it be your brother. Don't let it be your cousin. Don't let it be nobody that's close to you. Anybody that's watching this video, get to them. Love on them and tell them, look, I love you enough to tell you the truth, and I want you to stop, because I don't want that to be you. I don't want to have to bury you. I don't want mama to have to bury you. I don't want daddy to have to bury you. I don't want us to be having to get no GoFundMe's and stuff to get money up to bury you. I don't want to have to get t-shirts and balloons and stuff, with your name and stuff on the time about some rest in peace. When you still here and you still living, you don't have to live that. You don't have to do that. Don't do that to your family. Funerals are expensive. Funerals are expensive. Trust me. My mama on here right now, we done lost a couple of people in our life that wasn't even just attached to this message that I'm talking about, but we're having to come up with money and stuff to pay for funerals and stuff like that. It's expensive. Don't do that. Live. Everybody that's on here, whatever, I want y'all to say live. You can type it in there, just say live. I want you to hear what that sound like to you. To live. Life is a beautiful thing if you treat it that way. You're going to have your struggles, but that's just part of growing up. The trouble don't last always. Sometimes we put ourselves in situations that cause us trouble because of our ignorance, because we don't want to let go doing certain stuff.
That means he don't want to.
You don't have to keep that up. You can learn from it. If God gives you the opportunity to wake up the next morning or whatever, do something different. They say the definition of insanity is trying to do stuff the same way and expecting a different result. To me, it also can lead to death as well. That don't have to be the way you go out. What legacy you want to leave on this earth when you get ready to leave? What you want to be remembered for? How you want to be remembered? You want these people to remember you for being a hard head and, couldn't nobody tell you nothing, and, is that what you want to be remembered for? Or you want to be remembered as somebody that was, focused and, diligent, trustworthy, humble, those type of things, like, something was to happen to you and that's the way that you remembered, it's going to hit different than it would if, they having to bury you because you was being a hard head. It's gonna hit a lot different. It's gonna hit a lot different. And I'm gonna tell you something too, what I believe. I could be wrong. But I feel like a lot of times with some of the stuff that happened to these young men, they get killed and stuff like that because, of a lifestyle that they was living. They don't even take the time to even they don't even take the time to even investigate that stuff a lot of times because they just like, well, we already know what this was about, so we just gonna let that, let that be what it is. We done with it. I don't know how I got up in here, but I guess I got. And I gotta use the bathroom, y'all. I ain't lying. But this message is way more important to me than my bladder, if I'll be honest. It's way more important to me. But yeah, a lot of these detectives and stuff, because it's happening so much, our lives is not as valuable. Because I'm gonna give you an example, and y'all forgive me because I'm finna keep it real. If a white person get killed, they hit the news. They be all on the news about it, talking about the person. Their family get interviewed, and the news people sit down with them and talk about, oh, little Timmy was such a good person, and I just don't know why this happened to Tim. You know what I'm saying? But a young black man get killed or something like that or whatever, they don't go talking to the family and stuff. They might say something about what had happened. A lot of times, according to, where it happened. But a lot of times they don't be sitting there interviewing those people's families and, get a chance to talk about how good the person was and stuff like that or whatever. It's just another dead person. And a lot of times they ain't even going to investigate it. Why you want that to be you? You don't have to be. Don't let that be your family. Don't let that be your family. So to God be the glory this morning, man. I just thank God for him being who he is, because he's the reason why I'm still living and breathing right now. And I thank God for that, because I could be dead right now. The devil done tried to attack me in so many ways, but see, God got his hands on me. And I know this. I even went to battle with a demon on YouTube. That's how I started my YouTube channel, because of some darn demon disrespecting God's word. And I said something about it. She called herself trying to wish death up on me or whatever. But see, the Bible says with God before you, who could be against you? So if I was to have to answer that question, the only one that's going to be against me is the devil. I know he don't like me, but see, I don't belong to him. So he ain't got no power over me. He ain't got no power to take my life. I ain't leaving here until God say so. And that's just what it is. So I want y'all to understand that. God's word say, greater is he who is in me than he that is in the world. Be not of this world. Remove yourself from these world ways. You ain't perfect, but don't let the devil keep playing you. Don't let him keep playing you. Let this dude, JULIO, FOOLIO, be an example. Let him be an example of what not to do. I'm trying to tell you. Don't let it be you. All right, y'all. I'm finna get off of here, because I got to use the bathroom. All right. God bless y'all. Sophisticated Blake Strong. I'm out.